Introduction. Classical architecture has significantly influenced modern skyscraper design, blending historical elements with contemporary innovations. This influence manifests in aesthetic details, structural principles, and design philosophies, creating a bridge between past and present in the skyline. Classical columns and proportions. Classical architecture is renowned for its use of columns and proportionate design, which have influenced modern skyscrapers. The proportions of classical orders, Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian, often inspire skyscraper facades, providing a sense of elegance and order. Modern skyscrapers may incorporate these columnar forms or proportions to evoke classical beauty while adapting them to contemporary materials and scales. Decorative elements and ornamentation. Classical architecture's emphasis on decorative elements, such as cornices, friezes, and pediments, has impacted the design of modern skyscrapers. While contemporary skyscrapers often prioritize minimalism, some designs incorporate ornamental details inspired by classical motifs. This blend of old and new creates a connection to historical aesthetics while maintaining modern functionality. Symmetry and balance. The classical emphasis on symmetry and balance continues to influence skyscraper design. Many modern skyscrapers use symmetrical arrangements and balanced compositions to create a sense of order and stability. This design principle, rooted in classical architecture, contributes to the visual appeal and harmony of contemporary high-rise buildings. Classical facade treatments. Classical facade treatments, including pilasters and entablatures, have influenced the design of skyscraper exteriors. While modern skyscrapers often feature glass and steel facades, classical design principles can be seen in the arrangement and detailing of these materials. For example, some skyscrapers use vertical and horizontal bands reminiscent of classical entablatures to add a sense of grandeur. Structural innovations. Classical architecture's structural innovations, such as the arch and dome, have informed modern engineering practices. The use of these principles in contemporary skyscraper design has led to innovations in structural systems, allowing for taller and more complex buildings. Modern architects draw on classical techniques to achieve both aesthetic and structural goals. Material usage and modern adaptations. Classical architecture's use of materials, such as stone and marble, has influenced the choice of materials in modern skyscrapers. Although contemporary buildings often use steel and glass, the aesthetic qualities of classical materials are sometimes replicated using modern alternatives. This adaptation allows skyscrapers to achieve a classic look with contemporary materials. Classical design philosophies. The design philosophies of classical architecture, including the pursuit of harmony, proportion, and elegance, continue to inspire modern skyscraper designs. These philosophical principles inform the overall approach to design, ensuring that skyscrapers are not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing and harmonious with their surroundings. Iconic examples of influence. Several iconic modern skyscrapers reflect the influence of classical architecture. For example, the Art Deco style of early skyscrapers, such as the Empire State Building, incorporated classical elements in a modern context. Contemporary skyscrapers may also draw on classical influences, blending historical references with innovative design to create striking and memorable structures. Preservation of classical elements. In some cases, modern skyscrapers incorporate preserved classical elements as a nod to historical architecture. This preservation can be seen in the integration of classical facades or details into contemporary high-rise buildings, creating a dialogue between the past and present while respecting historical context. Conclusion. Classical architecture has profoundly influenced modern skyscrapers, shaping their aesthetics, proportions, and structural innovations. By incorporating elements such as columns, decorative details, and symmetrical design, modern skyscrapers bridge the gap between historical and contemporary architecture. This influence enriches the skyline with a sense of continuity and elegance, demonstrating the enduring legacy of classical design principles in the modern era.